kick off straight away here with a lovely panel on bio-innovations in B2C and B2B, helping companies reap the benefits of bio-renewable materials. And to take you through this panel, hosting this panel, we have Marjorie Morris, who is the Zemea Global Marketing Director for Primient Covation. So Marjorie and the panelists, if you'd like to take the stage, please.
Thank you. This work, 1, 2. You guys can hear me? Excellent, thank you. So thank you for taking the time to come and spend some time with us today and learn a little bit more about our BioPDO. Like Leo said, I am Marjorie Morris. I am the Zemea Global Marketing Director at Primient Covation, LLC. We are a joint venture founded in 2004, originally as DuPont Tate & Al Bioproducts, with the sole purpose of producing bio-based 1,3-propanediol. And we do that from the fermentation of glucose of industrial corn feedstock grown in the Midwest of the United States. So today I have with me a panel of friends and very intelligent people that's going to help me today explain a little bit about what we do and how our products, our PDO, fit in a wide range of application and industries. First, we have John Gahan from Primient Covation, and then we have Andy Jackson from ALWELLCO, and then we have Mike Davies from Essential Ingredients. Gentlemen, I'm going to give you an opportunity to really introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about the industry that you are operating in, and because I think you'll do that a lot better than me. We can start with you, Sean.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Sean Gahan, and I serve as the Global Technical Service Manager for Primient Covation. As Marjorie already told you, Primient Covation was originally started as DuPont Tate & Lyle for making bio-based 1,3-propanediol from the fermentation of corn sugar. And DuPont essentially started that creating bio-based 1,3-propanediol as a monomer that they were using to react with terephthalic acid. And in this reaction, it made PTT. So those applications, it was going into apparel and different textile applications like carpet, etc. So a bio-based spandex. All right. So after we went through a couple of expansions, we had additional capacity and therefore could start to sell directly to different markets. So we sell under 2 different brand names: Sistera, which is for the industrial side of the business, and that would be for performance polymers, case applications, coatings, adhesives, sealants, and elastomers, inks, heat transfer fluids, so all the AI stuff that is going on now can use Sistera as a coolant to help keep those chips in check and be able to work efficiently. And then on the consumer side of the business, we have a brand called Zemea, and Zemea services cosmetic and personal care, food and flavor, detergents, HI&I applications, as well as pharmaceuticals.
Thank you so much, Sean, for this very detailed answer. Thank you. Andy, would you like to go next?
Yeah, thanks. I'm the Managing Director of ALWELLCO. We're the business development component of Sistera. We support linking sports, fitness, wellness brands to the raw material via our manufacturing partners. So our role is to look at a brand and they're currently using fossil fuel-based materials to help them determine biomaterials and then link them to the relevant manufacturing partners who can then deliver the TPUs, PUs, synthetic leathers, etc. So everything from sports equipment, fitness equipment, apparel, footwear, seating, all sorts of things that we actually bring the Covation, Primient Covation materials to.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It's your turn.
Wonderful.
Yes.
My name is Mike Davies. I work for Essential Ingredients, and our parent company is Cathedral Holdings. So Essential Ingredients is the personal care vertical of Cathedral Holdings. And we also have what we call HI&I, Household Industrial Institutional vertical, that is called Inspire, and then a downhole oil and gas, which is Centrium. I work with all three divisions, but we have been working with DuPont, Tate & Lyle, Covation for a number of years now. So we've worked with both the Zemea and Sistera over a broad range. And one last note, Technical Fellow was a title that was given to me. It's just a fancy way of saying chemist. And we are purely a distribution company. We don't manufacture anything.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. So our PDO, it's a pure petroleum-free, 100% plant-based alternative solution. It's 100% sustainable and renewably sourced. USDO bio-preferred ingredients that is used in a wide range of industry, as we just explained to everyone. So with that being said, let's start with you, Mike. We're going to start with you. Can you give us the impact or the usage of bio-renewable material in your products offering or products portfolio?
Certainly. In the personal care part, and to a certain extent in the industrial part too, there's been a stronger influence of wanting to have bio-based materials down the whole food chain. So you have products that are organically or naturally based that are currently out there, but the desire is to go even deeper. So we are being asked to have those usage be able to track back, which makes it very easy when it comes to Zemea because we can track it back so quickly and so directly. There is a broader use for those, and in the personal care, it's used, the Zemea PDO is used in just about every type of product that you use. So when you walk into your bathroom, it can be present in all of those different products.
Thank you. What about you, Andy?
Well, I'm lucky enough to get to work in performance and sportswear, so I thought I'd bring you a really old, nasty shoe to show you here. This is one of the very first footwear that was done with Sorona. It's got Sistera in it. It's also got one of our friends over at Bloom. It's got some algae in here. This was developed in 2019, launched in 2019. Why did I bring it old and nasty like this? One of the misconceptions a lot of people have got around biomaterials is that it doesn't last very long. Biomaterials aren't as good as fossil fuel. They're not durable. The abrasion's not good. They just don't perform well. I've beaten this around. This has done a lot of miles. This is since 2019. Still holding up very well. It's a barefoot shoe. So it's wide toe box, etc. Biomaterials often perform better than a lot of the fossil fuel versions in footwear. It's the reason why the Nikes, the Adidases, the Deckers Group, if you want to talk to an interesting fellow over here with his hand up here, it's the head of innovation for UGG, who's sitting here, who use lots of biomaterials within theirs for comfort, is their key thing with UGG. So I get to play in this sort of world. Do you want me to do the big reveal now or later?
We'll do it later.
We'll do it later, okay.
Okay, so thank you for that. Thank you for your input. I'm going to ask you another question more about your strategy when it comes to sustainability. And any of you can start with that. As a company, when you are thinking about sustainability, what is your strategy? What is your go-to? What do you want to do?
Well, being a distributor, we're reliant on our suppliers, but there is a strong emphasis from them. And the biggest influence we have is primarily from customers. And what we're seeing, and it's been mentioned several times during this conference, is the regulatory situation. There are demands being put on our industries, all three of these verticals, to get more bio-based. And so our suppliers are doing the same thing. And we just keep feeding them information saying, here's what's being demanded and all from that. So again, we're somewhat limited because of our position in the markets, but we also are an information source for our suppliers, and that's what we are primarily doing.
Thank you. Hendy, what is your sustainability strategy?
I mean, for me, I'm a performance guy. I'm an ex-professional soccer player. So for me, it's all about performance. And for me, performance is sustainability. Is that a lot of people talk about LCA data, talk about reductions in CO2, et cetera, and that's all great. But if you don't have the performance in our world, if you can't show me that it's at least equitable to the fossil fuel, if not better, the brands they're just not interested. 3 years ago, the heads of sustainability in the performance brands were really prominent. Now, they're second or third tier now. It's performance and price. So if you want to get your biomaterial out there and you want to be successful, get out there and shout from the rooftops about your performance. The second thing I would say, stop talking about other biomaterial companies in a negative way. Too many other companies are out there with a biomaterial saying, we're the best one. Their one puts microplastics in the ground. This one here doesn't do this. Stop that. That's not something that other brands care about. Talk about why your biomaterial is great. Talk about why it's performing well, and then combine things. I'm lucky enough to see biomaterials with Cistera being linked to other biomaterials. Guess what? The other biomaterial made Cistera better. Did Cistera go and talk about, why are you doing that? Why don't you use 5% more Cistera? No, they did not. They opened up their whole portfolio and said, yeah, come on. Bring your recycled material, bring your bamboo material, bring whatever it is, and let's work together. So for me, performance is sustainability.
Is the strategy. Thank you. So what we want to believe and think our high-performance PDO, 1,3-Propendel, is that it helps enhance people's life, it protects the environment, but also reduce the world dependence on petroleum. With that, I have a question for you, Sean. Can you share with us a story or success story related to bio-based products development as the technical?
Yeah, sure. So like I said in the very beginning, the beauty of our business is that we make one molecule, and it goes in so many different applications. So just to give you an example on the industrial side, so we run technical projects on an annual basis, and this is to help us generate data and create a pitch to basically show folks where we implement versus a standard, the improvement in performance, and oh, by the way, you get some sustainability, some content in that formulation. So one example we did a couple of years ago was a powder coating application. We selected a polyester epoxy hybrid, high volume white goods. The application is more for interior furniture as well as appliances. In this polyester, it contained actually 3 different glycols: ethylene glycol, 1,6-hexanediol, and neopentyl glycol. We replaced both the ethylene glycol and the 1,6-hexanediol solely with PDO, Cistera PDO. That was approximately 15% of the formulation. We were replaced with a stoichiometric amount of about 13%. So we implemented about 13% biocontent immediately in the polyester part, tested all the performance, very similar performance in terms of mechanical characterization for that polyester, added the actual epoxy, made the white powder coating, checked the performance on those, very similar performance, and then did some accelerated weathering. Weathering was good. It had a great improvement of dark yellowing, meaning you put a panel in a dark cabinet and then checked how it aged without UV light. And that seems to be a big benefit people pay attention to. So again, we had similar cost, similar performance, and a slight improvement. And oh, by the way, we added some sustainability to that formulation. Our next stage will be to go on and replace some of the neopentyl glycol in a second follow-up project. Now on the consumer side, we just finished a project in hair color. So we created a base that's very nice and conditioning to the hair, very robust base, and then added two components. One, a fixative. That fixative is added in there. It typically contains propylene glycol. It's there to coat the hair itself, create some adhesion properties, and good color uptake for the hair color. And then one additional thing you add to that is the hair dyes itself, to give what other color that the individual is looking for. So we evaluated that versus a commercial product that's readily available, that a lot of people are using on the market as the fixative, and then upgraded the PG to 1,3-propane diol, the Zemea, and as well as the preservative, resulting in a much more uniform color, better saturation of color, better wash fastness, so it's not rinsing as much out, that improves the longevity. And that's actually spilled over that performance to one of our customers adding Zemea to a actual shampoo that contains dyes in it, and it's increasing the uniformity of that color. So those are two product success stories we've had recently.
Thank you, Sean. Very exciting about the hair color.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yes, both of you, very, very exciting. Okay, so Andy, you have asked me, is that the time? So let's talk about a sport that is very dear to you. You have mentioned before that you used to be...
You mean baseball?
I think you said football? Soccer?
Football.
Oh, I'm sorry, soccer, because we are in the United States.
We can call it any way you like. Yeah, one of the most proud projects that I'm privileged to be involved in is this project with Adidas. It's slightly deflated because I couldn't fit it in my bag on the plane. So if you understand, so you're going to go, Andy, you just talked about performance, but your ball is deflated. This is 66% Cystera within the PUD coating. This was the Euro soccer ball for last year. It's now being used in the Women's Euro. It's being used in the Champions League's soccer ball. So the big brands like Adidas are starting to use it in innovative ways. We use the same sort of technology with Life Fitness and Technogym and all their benches for fitness equipment. We've now got projects going on with the urethane and barbells and dumbbells. We've got yoga mats going on, IKEA seating, Princess Yacht seating. And the one that I am really excited about, because the week after next, the European team are going to come across here and kick the ass of the US golf team. I'm Scottish. So I get to say that. I get to say that. We invented it, so I get to say it. We're really excited that through Shrixon we now have got some golf balls that have hit the market using the Cystera-based product now. So there's all sorts of uses that you get in the sports performance, not just the footwear. The footwear is, really taking off everything from midsole to outsoles to footbeds, and probably one of the most exciting things, there is a 95% bio-based total component shoe being worked on by one of the large brands as a result of the launch of Bio-ISO, which is starting to help that too.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we are looking forward to the golf coming over.
You're supporting Europe, right?
And do I have to answer that today?
Yes, you do.
I'm going to pass. So what I understand is that through our brand portfolio, Zemea and Cystera, we are helping the world achieve their sustainability goal by enabling better performing, better for the planet products across a range a wide range of industries. So I have a question for you, Mike. What do you see being the obstacle or challenges into you offering new products development or even offering more sustainability, good for the planet products in your portfolio?
Okay, the two biggies, again, have been mentioned. One is cost, and the second one is efficacy. What we have seen, particularly with the Zemea and the PDO, when it was first brought to us, the obvious petroleum-based benchmark was propylene glycol. Inexpensive, readily available, synthetic for the most part. You can get a natural version of it. So how do we overcome that? Well, what we have seen, and I don't have a specific situation to share with you because it's so prevalent and so broad across the personal care industry, is the Zemea has replaced propylene glycol. How did it do that? It is as efficacious as propylene glycol with the typical uses, which is usually as a solvent or a carrier. What Zemea does, this PDO does, is there's benefits to it over and above the propylene glycol. And those can consist of preservation improvement, better moisturization, better solvency without increasing irritation. It's less irritating. So you have all of and those were hurdles. I'm sort of twisting it. They're hurdles that the Zemea has overcome. And by doing so, that's how these bioproducts need to compete. Because in our industry, almost always, there is a synthetic benchmark. You have to meet that efficacy, to Andy's point, to even be considered. Then you have to take everything else into consideration. And what is really nice about the Zemea in the personal care market is it meets propylene glycol's expectations, but it does so many things more. Sean mentioned hair color and fixatives. And that's why I can't tell you, here's a specific example, because there are so many and it's multifaceted. And that's the advantage of some of these bioproducts.
Thank you. So, Andy, in your opinion, what can enable faster adoption of PDO?
I mean, other than repeating the comment around performance, I think one of the things that some of the biomaterial companies that I've seen and that have gone out there, you're making promises you can't deliver. My benchmark for working with Primient Covation is, can you supply Nike? That's it for me. Can you scale? If you're a small startup and you're a bio-based company and you've got a great technology, go after a small brand. Just say we're getting started. We're going to work with one of the small golf footwear brands. We're going to go work with this brand there. Don't start knocking the bigger companies that have got the ability to scale. Go ask them how you can work with them. I think too many people here are making promises about biomaterials. You're knocking fossil fuels too much, is that all these brands have to use fossil fuel. Biomaterials is what in the world, someone's going to knock me down here, but it's less than 1% of all materials in the world. What would happen if we got it to 2 or 3%? It's going to be a rounding error on lots of these big companies. Just talk about what you're doing. Think about who you can target that you can deliver. I worked on a project with a biomaterial for 2 years with a footwear company. Went great. LCA data was brilliant. Performance was great. We then asked them, can we put it in 2 or 3 styles? They said, oh, sorry, we can't supply. You wasted everyone's time. So don't make promises that you can't do. That's one of the ways. Tell the truth about how far you can scale this product to. Then you'll get a lot more acceptance from people.
Thank you. So our PDO, Zemea and Sustera, is USDA bio-preferred, 100% bio-based, confirmed by ASTM D6866, certified microbiome friendly. So that's come into the advantage for the personal care, obviously, and to deliver performance without the need of petroleum. Now I'd like to turn to you, Sean. Can you please summarize for us what is the advantage, the multifaceted capability of Zemea and Sustera why does it fit so well in the market, and it can be used in a wide range of application on both sides of the brands?
So if we start with Cistera. Cistera is can be used as a nice building block. So through a polymerization to create all different types of high-performance polymers that may include polyesters, polyurethanes, etc. It can be used as a chain extender in polyurethanes. It can also be used as a biosolvent, so in water-based coatings for controlling drying time, extending open time, and things like that. It can be utilized much like propylene glycol is used in those same types of systems. On the Zemea side, especially in personal care, one of the benefits of Zemea that and Mike already touched on this beautifully, is the multifunctionality of Zemea. Now, in formulating, I was always taught from the very beginning is you want to have an ingredient list that's as short as possible. Why is that? Because you want to be able to optimize that efficacy and determine if you encounter any issues, what the raw material is that's causing the issue, okay? So this allows you to do that with multifunctionality. It's skin friendly, it's no skin irritation. It contributes to short-term skin moisturization. It's a preservative enhancer. So by lowering water activity, it allows the preservative to work more efficiently, allowing you to potentially lower that preservative concentration. Many consumers today want less chemicals in their products, all right? They don't understand them, okay? So less is better, all right? It's a good active ingredient solubilizer. So if you've seen any of your cosmetic commercials on there, you've probably heard enhanced with niacinamide, has vitamin C in it. So Zemea is a great solvent for these active ingredients, and then is a great carrier to deliver it to the skin to create the efficacy that you're looking for. It's also a good solvent, overall solvent for many different ingredients. So again, we're bringing all these different functionalities right to the forefront, and people can formulate and use those strengths to be able to formulate and create the efficacy that they're looking for.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen, for sitting on the panel and answering all my questions today, and try and communicate the benefit, the capability, the multifaceted of our PDO with the audience. And for that, I would like to say thank you. And if you guys would like to continue that conversation with us, we'll be very happy to answer all of your questions at our meeting place, M/07. Please stop by, and we all actually will be there to actually answer your question. We're not letting him go for any soccer or golf game anytime soon until the end of this event.
Friday.
So please stop by, come and say hello, and we'll be happy to answer your question. Thank you very much.